enjoyed this week's episode, and please like this video, share with your friends and dock mates, and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us get more viewers like you.
So we're doing starboard water tank supports today here in Dad's shop. All right, so we took measurements on the boat and we gauged our depth with the clay, the modeling clay. So you saw all that. So now what we're doing here is generally cutting our pieces to size. So we have two that are 4 inches wide by 20 inches long. And so we're using starboard material on the table saw to get that length. So here's 4 inches wide, 20 inches long. 4 inches wide, 20 inches long. So then, once we have general dimensions, we can start cutting things to height with our wedges, I guess we'll call them, because our wedge measurements are like this. So we'll keep you guys informed as we go through it, but right now we'll just start cutting to size. Yeah, we're gonna make a lot of noise. So we just took off enough to just get that edge nice and straight. One more time. Two, 4 inches wide. Okay, so one of our pieces for our wedge has to be a thickness of about 1.5 inches high. The thickest I could get of this king starboard was 1 inch. So unfortunately I had to switch over to just standard HDPE because I could get that in a 2 inch. So what I need to do is we're gonna need to build a wedge out of this, with the thickest point of our wedge being 1.5 inches thick. The other thing is, I could only get this HDPE in a 24-inch length, but I really only needed 14 inches. So what we're gonna do is trim it down to size, roughly, and then that way the cutoff end I can actually keep and retain that material for a future project. Why do you have this bar set up?
Because this way I can go here and put this here.
So you can push the material with it?
Right, because it doesn't have to be exact, but I need a right angle.
Yeah.
And I want full support behind it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that just makes it easier. I do have a measurement on here. So like I know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll come down here to our 16. And I can go right on to our 16 here. Add stuff. And so now I know I'm going to get a 16-inch piece. So I come down here, go like that.
Okay.
And I should have
so you
around
can
my 16 inches.
Push it,
so we're going to double
square
check it.
And cut it to length, all on the same tool.
That's a little over 16, which I think I can live with. Now, because this is so thick, I'd rather do it in 2 cuts, depth-wise.
Now this
Could actually lay that one out.
is just our extra. Yeah, so I can start laying this one out. So
I'll
now
work on another picture.
the idea is
And we got to put my YouTubes back up.
And Dad's got he's got a giant TV in his shop.
It's on a trolley.
So he's got to put on a Yacht of Love. Like, subscribe, and watch a Yacht of Love. Okay, so now the idea is, so this material, about 2 inches. They call it 2, call it 2. But I only need 1.56. So what I'm gonna have to do is measure and mark out my measurements here. So my first one will be 1.56, and then I go 2 inches in and I do 1.478, 2 inches in from that, 1.374, so on and so forth. All right, so check it out. We got our pieces here marked out with what we need to take off to form our wedges for our water tank supports. So the front of the support is going to be this thick. It's going to run along the knee on the whole of the boat, the structural portion of the boat, until it pinches off back here. And then up here is going to be where the 3/4 inch plywood rests. And then same with this one. So, how are we going to do that? There's a machine shop right over here. So here's a piece that we're going to do. So this one is 1 inch starboard, but I only need 3/4 of an inch. So we got to shave off the top part and remove 1/4 inch. So yeah, let's just get this set up, and we're gonna do this one first because there's no wedge. It's just 1/4 inch the whole way. So we're gonna do this easy one first, and then if we mess it up, we've got more material. Not a big deal. All right, so this is our first piece, the easiest piece, and it's the next day because we ran out of daylight yesterday. So we're back this morning and we got our first piece on. So it's clamped down, it's secure, it won't twist, it won't move. And now we're just setting the height of the table to take 1/4 inch off the top here with this cutting. Was that a blade? What is that?
Cutter.
A cutter. With that cutter, we're just gonna take 1/4 inch off the top, and then that'll be cut down to size. We only need it to be 20 inches, and this is like 26. But you leave room on the ends to clamp it down. If we had this exactly to 20 inches, there wouldn't be any room here to clamp it down. So that was pretty smart from Dad. Thanks, Dad. Alright, so now we got the flat piece done. This is the tricky piece. So because our boat is never square and always has different angles, we're going to have to cut this wedge shape off here. And so Dad has set it up to give us that angle as we cut.
So what we've got is a taper, and I wanted to check my taper. We took readings, so we've got 0.72 and 0.8815 on this end. So that's right on these edges here. So I put my shims right on my edges and here, so I keep them exact best I can. This has got a couple shims under it as well to help get us the right height. So then I decided, all right, now we got to check the height because we know what this taper is here, from here to here. So I went ahead and took this reading here and took this reading here, and we're like 0.160 is we are down here, which is nice, gives us that nice taper. We wanted 1.62, 2/1000. I think we're good.
Yeah, not bad for a boat. It's gonna be all right. Hey y'all, we're back. And I'm playing hooky today. It is a weekday, and that's not hooky. You know me. I can't break the rules. I put in for time off for today and Monday. So today's a Friday, and then I have Monday. Yeah, we were originally going to go on a trip. There's a Sceptre Yachts. So the make of this boat is a Sceptre, and they were made in Vancouver, British Columbia. And so originally this weekend we were supposed to go up to Vancouver, BC, because there's a Sceptre Yachts Christmas party there being hosted this weekend. But we had to have a change of plans for various reasons, and I won't bore you with those details, but that's why I have these couple days off. But hey, if I can't be with the Sceptre Yachts, I'll be with the Sceptre Yacht. Cool. These two were cut out of 1 inch, and check it out. We got a nice wedge shape there to slide in and to support our water tank support. This one is not a wedge shaped, but it's been cut down to 3/4 of an inch. So this is 1 inch, and so it's been cut down to make the shape of the hole in the tank support. So check out how nice that turned out. Like, I am just thrilled. All right, so thank you, David. Life pro tip: if you're refitting a boat, make friends with a machine shop, or marry into a family that has one. That's what I did. Easy, right? Okay, so that's it. Now we got to put all this together. We got to keep going and putting it together. So that's what we're going to dig into next, and we'll bring you guys along as we do it. So yeah, it's, I lucked out with this machine shop. So thank you again, David. And you know, that took a lot of luck, but it's also a yacht of love. We'll see you guys on the next one.